So we're headed out to a trail called Slaughterhouse Gulch. It is not one that was on my soon-to-do list because it has areas that are rated a 5 difficulty, and I just don't have bigger tires. I don't have skid plates yet, so I didn't want to do anything that was going to wreck up the Rubicon. So decided to take a pass on it. Several guys this morning were like, no, it's not that bad. We can get you through it. You have plenty of ground clearance in a Rubicon. There's bypasses for the harder areas. Come on out and have fun with us. So here we are. We're gonna go out and we're gonna try Slaughterhouse Gulch. If it's too much, hey, you can always turn around. So, but we're gonna give it a try. Now to get there, you're gonna take either I-70 or 470 West out of Denver and get on 285 South and go to Bailey. And I'll get some more directions as we get into Bailey, but we're going into Bailey to meet up with a handful of other Jeepers, and hopefully we're gonna have some fun today. So stay tuned. Okay, there's a spot just past the trailhead that's good for everyone to kind of pull over and air down. So we got ourselves aired down. Now remember, we're running the stock KO2 33 inches on stock rims, so we don't want to go too crazy with airing down, but we did go down to 15 PSI, and the guy in front of us, he went down to 15, even though he's got those bigger wheels. And oh wow, this is kind of a sharp turn here. Let's see if I can cut it early enough. Okay, we are on the trail and working our way up the main road here. Still pretty soft, pretty flat, pretty easy. So we started off by going right at the fork to get on the trail to go, I believe we're doing counterclockwise today. And it starts right off with some bumps, some ruts, some little crevices that you need to straddle. Nothing major at all here, but I have a feeling this one is not going to be a trail for a new person to come out by themselves. I think this is going to be a little rougher and a little more trickier than your basic easy trail out there. So if you're getting started, find some people to go out here with. And now if you're in Colorado, definitely get on Facebook and join the Colorado Jeep Life group and the Colorado Jeep Owners group. So going to the right is a little more difficult of an obstacle, and we're going to skip that today. And we're just going to crawl over some of these rocks. We've got plenty of clearance, so nothing crazy, but it would have taken a little bit more ground clearance to go over that little side piece there, so we opted to skip it today. As we come around the turn, it looks like it mellows out a little bit, and we're going to go into a descent. Okay, we're a little further in. We're kind of hit the pine tree line, and it's a little bouncy, it's a little rocky, still nothing crazy. Just take your time over some of the rougher stuff. In terms of ground clearance, not a problem. Everything is still pretty flat. It's just kind of rough, and there's some nice berms that you can ride up on. Get a little flexy, nothing crazy yet. But so far, this has been a whoa, fun little drive. I mean, here's just a regular full-size pickup truck that's made it. So again, so far, nothing crazy, but having a lot of fun. So we made another turn, and things got pretty rough. Again, this isn't crazy at all. I'd still call this pretty easy so far. You just have to really slow down, or you're going to get yourself bounced out of your seat, and everything that's loose in your vehicle is going to go flying. So just take your time through here. We're seeing some snow on the ground. It did snow a few days ago and hasn't melted here because we're at 9,426 feet. It's currently 52 degrees outside, so beautiful day. And you can see, I mean, here's another pickup truck that's made it up here. So doesn't require much of a vehicle at this point. It's just bouncy and rocky, and you just got to kind of take things a little slow. But so far, so good. This has been a fun trail so far. We did descend about 100 feet. We're at 9360 right now, and we're getting quite a bit more snow, but it's a lot more shaded through here. Some nice pine trees. A couple weeks ago, this would have been really pretty. There's a ton of aspen trees off to our left, so this would be a really nice fall colors trip, but we did miss it by about a week or so here, plus the snow took the last of the leaves off. But we're going to come up over this ridge here to a really nice view. Very pretty. And then now we've got the sun on us, so no more or very little snow left. Just gonna take that nice and slow. Okay, this is definitely going on the fall colors list for next year. A lot of nice aspens here. It's also be a nice summer road.
Alright, we're at the loop.
It's also a nice summer road when everything's in nice and green. Okay, so here we are. We're at another loop here. Left to Crow Creek, right to Slaughterhouse for 105. So off to the right we go. 105, Slaughterhouse Gulch. And it got really narrow real fast. We got some rocky parts through here, just enough to wake up the dog. Looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? I was trying to sleep. But we're only at about a 7 to 8% grade, so nothing crazy. We do have a little snow on the ground, but we haven't lost any traction yet. If you are in a stock Sahara or Sport, you so far won't have any problems. I would definitely recommend airing down to about 15 psi just to make it a little smoother and to give you some extra grip. Okay, so now we've come upon a gate here, and it says 4-wheel drive only. So we'll get ourselves up over that. Just watch the big rocks here, but nothing crazy. And we've caught up to another Jeep out here by themselves. So right away we hit a kind of a steep decline here, and we're just going to drop her into a low gear and just crawl our way down. Again, it's not a clearance issue. It is a little narrow, but nothing too bad. It's a 12% grade, so you want to keep some distance between yourself and anyone else. We do have a little bit of snow on the side, but nothing crazy. And we're just going to let the Jeep do its thing here. We're down up to 13% grade. and we're just gonna cruise. Both the guys managed to kiss their bumper on that rock there. I decided to go around it and not do that. So again, another kind of nice thing about this trail is so far, whenever we've hit an obstacle that I didn't feel comfortable with, there's been a way around it, and the other guys have been able to go over it. So whatever your skill, your comfort level, or your Jeep capability, so far Slaughterhouse Gulch has proved to be pretty fun. Looks like we're gonna get a little tippy here. This should be kind of fun. Let's see what we get up to here. Probably nothing crazy. About 16% roll on that. Still plenty of ground clearance. If it's your first time getting that sideways, it's going to feel a little weird, but don't let it bother you. It's nowhere close to tipping, and we got plenty of ground clearance still.
Passenger. Okay, now cut it. Come up slow. Okay, you're good. You're clear over here. You're gonna climb on that rock just a hair.
definitely is not as difficult as it seems. There's always a good bypass that you can do to get over the really rough stuff, or if you're just not too confident in your abilities or your vehicle yet. But seeing as how we saw some Tahoes and even a stock truck making up some of the stuff, it's definitely a doable passage. This last section here is kind of rough, but again, there's plenty of ground clearance, so nothing to really worry about too much. This has been an absolutely enjoyable trail. I did wimp out on a number of the obstacles and took the bypasses, even though in hindsight it looks like I could have done a couple of them pretty easily after I saw some other vehicles go up. But you know what, better safe than sorry. And I'm not overly confident in my ground clearance yet. I want to get some diff guards and, you know, do a little more protection before I try and, you know, accidentally scrape some rocks. Don't want to do any damage to this baby. So Papa Smurf here in the Big Blue has just been having a great old time. So I think that's what everyone's calling the old Rubicon here today, is Papa Smurf. So I guess it may stick. This last section here, pretty rocky. Good thing we're aired down, got plenty of grip. I haven't had to use my diff locks once yet. I am glad I have the sway bar disconnect, but not necessary. So I think anything in a you know, a stock Wrangler, Sahara, or a Sport could do most of this without any difficulty. As long as you've got some decent tires on it, you'll do just fine. And like I said, you may just have to bypass some of the, you know, more difficult obstacles, but if you take the bypasses, I would rate this as a moderate. And if you take the harder obstacles, this can be a difficult. So it's kind of whatever you want to make of it. And it's a fun trail. Definitely go out with people. Don't try and do this one alone. And make sure somebody, you know, in the group has a winch just in case someone gets stuck on one of the obstacles. Other than that, so far, it has been great. I'm loving it, and what a gorgeous day to be out on the trail.